Thank you for plugging into this Family Life News podcast, streaming issues-driven, family-focused news.
Christ, Christians, and the culture. It's Faith Under Fire on Family Life. I'm Greg Gillespie as we go to California, a state which would make custody cases reliant on parents going along with minor children's choices on their gender identity. Our guest today is Randy Thomasson, the founder and organizer of SaveCalifornia.com. I asked Randy Thomasson to not only update us on the status of the California legislation, but also talk about the underlying issues and how that affects families everywhere.
The bill is called AB 957, and it says, quote, "The health, safety, and welfare of the child includes a parent's affirmation of the child's gender identity." Now, that's radical, and it is pioneering, and it means that if this becomes law, a bad judge in a child custody case can point to this and say, "Parent, because you don't support transgender values of your child, you are not going to get custody, and you're not going to win on visitation either." And we could see in other cases, bad attorneys argue on behalf of the transsexual agenda parent getting custody or visitation. We have not only parents who disagree on this moral issue, but also we have the facts which say you cannot change your sex, and to do irreversible procedures or surgery on a child is child abuse itself.
Again, this is a proposal in the California legislature. You've been watching politics in that state for a long time. Is this going to pass?
It is likely to pass. You look at what happened, hundreds of parents from the left and the right came to the state capitol and said, defeat the bill. The best swing Democrats could do on the committee is say, well, I've got some problems with the bill. I'm going to vote yes. This is such sloppy legislating. And so the bill is progressing. Will it be amended to really protect parents? It's doubtful to me. But this is part and parcel of a whole host of bills that are promoting transsexuality, protecting the kidnapping of children from other states that have laws against sexual mutilation of children, protecting those kidnappers when they bring those kids to California. And children are definitely the target.
Randy Thomasson of SaveCalifornia.com is our guest. Randy, I'm sure you've got advice for California parents to deal with the coming legislation, presuming it becomes law. But do you have similar advice for parents everywhere when it comes to these core value issues where there is big disagreement?
We encourage parents, protect your children from this molestation, this kidnapping. Protect them by getting them out of the government system, because most likely the kidnappers are referred to the child by the school establishment. So homeschooling is the best protection you can give to your child.
We know that there is some conversation in New York State about doing some similar things. We have listeners in Pennsylvania as well, but this issue that you're facing in California obviously affects folks here. There has been debate. You can't give a child an aspirin in school, but you can have them completely change body parts with or without the parent's blessing.
Right. They will say a teenager can consent to irreversible, life-altering surgery. That's illogical, and it's hypocritical. Again, a child cannot consent. A child has a developing brain. Children are foolish by nature. They must be taught wisdom, just like we all must be taught love. But a child's brain is not fully developed until about age 25, when they're a young adult. Therefore, if you keep lowering the age of everything, you're going to have more and more mistakes being made. That's why there's many young adults who have had a quote-unquote sex change attempt there are thousands and thousands of those young people who have regretted their attempts to, quote, change their sex. It did not make them happy. It mutilated their body, caused function problems for themselves. They are now a voice against this mutilation campaign.
Randy Thomasson of SaveCalifornia.com, a parents' rights advocacy group. You can find a link to AB 957 and the controversy on the news podcast page at familylife.org. I'm Greg Gillespie. This is Faith Under Fire on Family Life.